following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
The dream of maverick developer Richard Knight, Coronado City was supposed to be the ultimate expression of urban existence, free of crime, poverty, and misfortune. Unfortunately, the hope for a bright, shining, efficient city, protected from the collapse, died with him. After Knight's assassination, Night City was named in his honor and went through decades of trauma. First, criminal organizations and corporations fought for control of the city. Then came a rising tide of booster gangs and urban decay. And finally, a war that ended with a nuclear explosion right in the heart of the corporate center. Today, Night City is healing from the ravages of the last tumultuous decades, but it should never be forgotten that, like most of America, Night City is still an armed society, under a blanket of appalling poverty, violence, and iniquity. And a lot of people call it home. The Night City of 2045 looks a little different from the glittering gem it was during the 2020s. There's no central government. Instead, an ever-shifting set of districts, neighborhoods, and regions send representatives to a central council that attempts to exert control and influence over the whole metropolis. More often than not, they fall into infighting instead, both in City Hall and on the street. Some citywide services still exist, more from force of will and inertia than good city management. The buses still run. So do the power plants and waterworks, thanks to corporate needs. Who provides security depends on where you are. It could be a poorly funded NCPD. It could be MaxTac, now an independent organization. Or it could be private corporate security, or gang enforcers, or just some local edge runners, hired for the job by the community. You'll notice there's not a lot of streets marked on the map anymore. Why? Because the construction's constant. Old streets get torn apart, or just plain blown up, every day. New streets get built. The streets are drawn on the map are the most stable, and likely to actually be there today, tomorrow, and maybe even a week from now. The rest? Well, let's just say getting across town ain't something you can just plot out using the map app on your agent these days. All this doesn't mean Night City's unlivable. There's a lot of people who call the place home, and the city's actually rebuilding pretty fast these days. Areas marked in green are what the city council calls the Rebuilding Urban Center. These are zones where there is more building than there is destruction, and where people might be able to walk safe in the streets during the day. On a good day. The Glen received special attention. With corporate support, it has been carved out from South Night City and transformed into the home of the government, such as it is. The University District is a fortress of learning. Literally. They take their mission of protecting knowledge seriously there. Little Europe combines many of the parts of Old Night City, built using European architectural styles, and is in pretty good shape. You'll find a mix of styles in the upper marina. The old multiplex is gone, but the stadium remains, and there's plenty of industry there, as well as gentrified neighborhoods. To the north, the Corps are building up a new Watson development, where rising mega buildings can house their workforces. Further north than that, The U.S. military hangs onto the NorCal military base. To the south, the Pacifica Playground remains famous for playland by the sea. Leaving the city is difficult, so an amusement park for those who can afford it within the city limits is important. Out to the west, Orbital Air is in the process of transforming Morro Rock into a launch platform. Marked in orange, the overpacked suburbs are a mixed bag of poverty, stricken camps still filled with refugees years after the end of the Fourth Corporate War, and developing areas that almost seem like the Beavervilles of old. Haywood is the perfect example. Residents with some money, and maybe hope of getting out, live to the north. To the south, there's more poverty, and the residents tend to follow the lead of the Aldecaldo nomads who operate from the area and call it Santo Domingo. Many people living in Haywood work in the industrial zone, the largest concentration of warehouses and factories in Night City. New Westbrook looks like a war zone, where refugees from the war and from the gentrification of the urban centers make a living among the ruins of old executive glamour. Even Rancho Coronado, one of the biggest Beaverville of them all, finds themselves overrun by tent and container cities. If you're in red, you might be dead. Some cities have a combat zone. Night City has 4. South Night City remains an industrial sprawl, but more run by gangs than companies these days. The old combat zone remains just as dangerous as ever. Old Japantown suffered tremendously after the nuclear bomb went off, as prevailing winds drove radiation and particulate matter south and east. These days, there's just gangs there. Most of the population has moved north to Watson. Chinatown's different. There, the locals hang on, trying to keep their way of life in their homes against overwhelming odds. The hot zone's even worse. People live there, but only because they have no other choice. Ground zero of the nuclear blast, the hot zone is all that remains of the once booming corporate center. Of course, there's treasures to be had there. An edge runner can source a win for a life there if they find the right goodies buried beneath the rubble. But only if they can survive the radiation and the scavengers and the gangs and the wildlife to get it. The executive zone's where the bigwigs live. Gated, walled, protected. If you live here, you've made it. If you try to get in without making it, you've probably made it to the morgue instead. Beyond the executive zone and the suburbs, you'll find the Reclaimed Perimeter, an optimistic name for the Badlands, where reclaimers try to make a life in burned-out remains of long-abandoned towns. We've painted a bleak picture, but like we said, Night City is a town on the mend. Different corporations have set up here in gleaming towers and sprawling office parks. Stores are reopening. Playland by the Sea still sees thousands of visitors every year, desperate to have fun and forget their troubles. The data pool's up, running, and almost citywide. There's plenty of places to have an approximation of alcohol, ranging from the choombattas at the edge of the hot zone to the Netrunner bar, Short Circuit in Little Europe, to the surprisingly popular bar in the public area of Network 54's offices in New Westbrook. If you're willing to brave the old combat zone, you can even grab a bite of what might be real corned beef at Jesse James's Kosher Deli. Don't look for the Rainbow Room, though. It died with Johnny Silverhand. And you can come out on top in Night City. There's folk who have, through skill, willpower, and a willingness to flatline the competition if need be.
They were in the Neon Club. Oh, no, would you please just obey me for once? Thank you. Technology and its insistence that it will do what its corporate overmaster... Oh my god, it's almost like we're in Cyberpunk.
We just don't have any of the cool toys.
They're in the Neon Club. I believe Graves had just said, "We're in."
We're in.
And we were in the, you two were in the office area, and Roger was trying to keep everyone distracted. Let's start off by getting Roger to roll that distraction.
That's right, I've got to use one of these shitty D10s.
Shitty, these are amazing D10s.
No, I mean, mine is
yours.
shitty. Well, I'm distracting
Got some
with
character sheets here for when you die, so you can play on
my instrument, so...
They're pre-filled in with 2 nomads and a solo.
Oh, the classes we don't have.
Or don't need. You don't need them. You're fine.
When you have a solo, you don't need anyone else.
Oh god, 5 Alexa Blisses. Today's my day.
21.
Yeah, you're playing away there. The crowd's getting a bit restless, so you're like, "Oh, let's play one of my new songs then."
Yeah. The one about the poor little thin starving musician girl who just wanting some snack from the corpo table and got her hand broken by some thug. All she wanted was a sandwich from that table.
Sandwich.
And she's not fed.
I'm not singing it.
Why?
Because I haven't put in the effort to actually make a song.
I like the idea that he's on stage, he tells everyone what's it about, he's like, "I'm not singing it though." Just imagine it, Mike.
He's the type of arsehole who's got his little song that's about this. I'm going to spoil the entire thing. Instead of just giving you a very brief synopsis. And then I'll go and sing the song.
Yeah, he's like that.
No surprises.
This one's about a special friend of mine who tried to make it, but the corporations were against him. But they kept trying anyway, and eventually they got fucked up by the corporations. They're dead now, and yeah.
45 minutes later, and we're out of there. Solid distraction.
So what are you two upstairs doing now that Roger is doing the nothing he is known for doing?
I'm fucking rocking.
Oh, sorry, Ken is doing the nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm just... It's all you.
You're upstairs. The office areas are mostly tidy, but there's obvious wear marks on the floor from constant use and abuse over the years. You can see where sections of wall paneling don't quite match in coloration, implying that they might be sourced from different times and eras, or have been replaced through horrible violence at some point. Server farm's the only cool place in the entire upper area. It's very frosty in there. And what are you two doing?
Well, I've unlocked the offices.
So which one are we going into?
Well, there's no way to know what one that we're looking for sure. So we just start with the closest.
What are the cameras saying?
Nothing at the moment. Am I still jacked in?
Until you say you've jacked out, yes you are.
I can continue to monitor them while you...
Or until you move away.
6 feet, right?
6 yards.
6 yards. I'll hand you the fake chip, the old one.
Yeah.
So I can stay and monitor from here.
So I'll head down the hallway to probably see where the most fancy offices.
There's one that used to have a nameplate, but it looks like it's been unscrewed and taken away.
No, I'm looking for anything for the other guy's name.
Yeah, that's the only one that would have had a nameplate. One door has what looked like a nameplate, but it's been removed.
Okay, then I'll enter that room.
Door's locked.
Just for security, I'm watching the cameras, and I'll unlock the door.
Okay. You have access to the control node, so you can do that. Do it. You get to the door. You're about to turn and go, and it just goes like.
And I'll quick look to see if we can see anything on the.
Go ahead. I assembled this horrible dice tray.
It's
I
one.
hate it. Yeah, it's not really. It's like the gaps are too far apart, so it's possible for me to drop a die right in without it rolling. So it's pretty shit.
I mean, you got to roll again, and then
I've got another one coming from this
that as well.
orange
One.
acrylic, so it can
Oh, that's
light
at
up
least
like an
something.
almond tart tower.
So, perception, isn't it? We don't need perception here.
I do, but you might not.
I mean, everyone should.
Move, luck, will.
It's an
Human
skill.
perception.
You have one called human perception?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, perception, yeah,
What's that?
plus 3 cool.
You also have regular perception.
Yeah, you roll int and
Yep.
the plus number for perception.
Perception. Oh, int. Plus int.
Yes. It's an intelligence thing.
That says cool here.
Okay, then use.
Oh, no, it's int. Yeah, right there, yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say persuasion's cool.
Yep. Int. Yep, so it's 10, 14, minus 2, 12. I roll a 1 and then I roll a 1.
Fair enough. Should announce that so we can.
I
go.
did.
Oh no!
I did!
I wasn't paying attention. You don't get
Exactly.
attention, fucker. I was busy plotting the big heavy guy that was going to fuck you in the ass.
Oh, I enjoy that.
Now because you rolled a minus, it's 2 big heavy guys who are going to fuck you in the ass. They're the ass fuck twins.
I didn't realise one was critical success.
They're not dogs.
Oh.
So I can't see anything.
Oh, you can see plenty of things, all the normal things you would see, but you don't see any people.
Oh, I'm head to the computer.
I'll lock the door once you go inside.
Okay, so the office is a stark contrast to the other areas, even the VIP room. It is extremely neat. Clearly, it is cleaned on the daily. There is a desk there that looks like it might be wood, but upon closer inspection, it's actually just wood patterned into a plastic steel desk. So, but it's like engraved, so it's like got a proper grain and everything going on. It's a really good job. But you're a tech, so you see right through that shit. You're like, oh nah, I've worked with this stuff.
Yeah.
This is that's synth wood. That's not real. He's got a big window occupying an entire wall that looks out on the dance floor, and you remember that you couldn't see that window there, so this is like a cool tech window kind of thing, like the mirrors in Cyberpunk, how you have to activate them for the only reason that they didn't want to have to do the Q tracing all the time on reflective surfaces, which I'd just like to point out City of Heroes just has on all the time. Just saying. Oh no, the graphics update it got before they shut it down was insane. That had like proper reflections and everything and dynamics.
Insane for an MMO as well, because
So
all those
at the
people
time,
running around.
not everyone could run them all.
Yeah,
But I had a beast. It was worth it. Oh my god, that game looked so much better with it. Anyway, there's a couple of screens sort of hanging down from the ceiling on either side at an angle above the windows, like that, facing in there, and it's got like a yellow text on the black, just like scrolling away. It's just got like things like that you can see on there is like guard 3 spots Netrunner approaching doors, like, and there's like a flag there, and then it's got like in a different indent, like SMS messages. It's got like track that Netrunner underneath.
Yeah.
Then like on that screen there's like sales figures. It's like a drinks machine repaired by client, and there's a counter thing there that's like see if we can hire them to fix a couple of other things around the place, because our tech's unreliable. If they want a job, they can fucking have it, sort of thing. There's also like just a constant like ticker of like attempted traffic on the network down there, and apparently it's noted that someone is currently accessing the network hub, but it's not like, oh, emergency, someone. It's just like, oh, an employee isn't access, because he successfully dove into it. But it has recorded the access on that screen there.
They know you're there, but they're fine with you being there at the moment.
Should also point out, in this era, your agent is actually like a device like this. It's about this big. So, except for him, who can hold a conversation with it in his pocket, everyone has to pull it out to use it.
Yeah.
Like this. And you can plug your thing in if you want, but like it's a physical device as opposed to sort of the inbuilt one that like V has in 27. I just feel the need to point that out. Because it was pointed out to me, I was like, oh, I thought it was a device, but you accessed it entirely wirelessly, but no, you need special cyberware to do that.
They can do a lot of stuff if you have a real fancy little look-see.
So
Even the cheapos can do a lot of stuff.
So I'll have a look around the computer area.
Right, so on the you don't see a computer terminal on his desk. You see an armor-lined black briefcase with like ridge foldovers of like carbon fiber going up the side and like little gold clasps in that with like a nice handle. A nice little clamshell fold-over hard case there, sitting where one would be, and it is closed. Beside it, there is a like a coffee mug that says "World's 425th Greatest Boss." Beside that, there is a plasticine plant in a pot. There is a couple of data chips, one of which is blue. And there's some... Yeah, and that's what you get in a 12.
Is it a combination case or is it a...
No.
We've got no interface here, but I do have a case that can be opened.
Well, if there's no terminal, it's outside my area of expertise.
Right, give me a second, I'll try this. Anyway. So I'll see if there's any, like, if it's a thumbprint thing, if it's a...
It's got two clasps.
Right, then I'll open the cart clasps.
Okay, they open easily.
Yeah.
With a fibre like...
If it's friction,
Nothing stops you.
then I'll lift it all the way out.
It's a computer terminal in a hard case, branded with Militech. This is a Militech KXB1137.
Is
Highly expensive
Yeah.
portable terminal.
is the chip in there?
How would you know?
I'm looking.
At the terminal.
So, is it? So, what is this thing I'm looking for then?
There's a blue chip with an LR marking, an RL marking on it.
So, the one on the bench.
That blue one? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
All right.
It's lying there.
It'll be fine.
It's lying there beside a bunch of ordinary-looking ones, and of course, these are the sort of ones you just put into your data port to read.
Yep. So
They're universal.
I'll close the case, and I will swap the chip that I've got with one he's got there.
All right, just give me a roll for that. This is a stealth check. What the stupid parapet?
As a skill, I don't have stealth as a skill.
Oh, in that case, it's a dex plus die roll. You can use luck because we're in a different session, so your luck is all regenerated.
That's really good to know.
The Dex plus.
Yeah. Dex plus the die roll.
10 more
If you don't have
points,
stealth,
baby.
that's it.
That's 10.
Yeah, you make the switch. It's easy. It's almost like there was nothing stopping you doing it.
Right. Yeah, he said not to check, not to read it, didn't he?
I don't think he did.
No, he just said it was uncopyable and stuff like that.
And it was all client names, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just a client database. Super encrypted, ultimate military secure client database.
Yeah, I do seem to recall him saying something like, "Of course you won't look at anything on it," or something
Yeah,
like,
something
or you
like
won't
that.
plug it in, or something like that.
Right, so I'll wipe my wipe the chip anyway. One that I was about to put down.
Okay.
So no print. No, they don't print. No prints or.
Yeah, you can get prints. Like, You'd think I've got a cyberarm, there's no prints, but cyberarms are all designed with unique prints
Yeah.
as a condition of sale. You can get black market ones that are clean, of
You can get
course.
them filed off and stuff. Yeah.
Less reliable printing.
Just get an angle grinder on there. Pain receptors can be turned off at a snap. There is, like, if you get shot in a cyberarm, your programming it just goes, no, I didn't feel that.
Roger just have a nail file there and just be like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll clean it off, and I'll also clean the halves off. I'll have a quick survey of the office, and then I'll leave. I'll go up to the door.
Right, Roger, you see a bunch of, you see those double doors at the back there? They slide open, and, like, two, like, less heavily armed but Militech branded guys come out, and they're talking with the guard outside there, and they're talking out there, and they're pointing up towards the officers, and you realise you're going to need to distract them right now. It's time for the performance of a lifetime, Roger.
It's time for the performance where I sing the song about the Militech guards who kicked all the people down.
Oh, you want to cause a riot?
I mean, it's not specific. It doesn't specifically say Militech in the song.
Well, it's heavily.
But you know what it's referring to. Them bully boys.
The guy needs to explain the song before he plays it.
Oh, yeah?
It's about him too, specifically.
Remember, if you roll a 10, you roll again and add the numbers. But you don't do it a third time. You can't chain 10. Performance.
Yeah, I'm just adding them up. That is 22.
Now, I will point out that there is a thing called complementary skills. If you would like a +1 bonus on your roll, you can roll skills that you think would help, like persuasion. You can roll that, and if I say it passes a certain DV, you can get a +1 on your own. And you can do this for unlimited times for skills that would be complementary, but I have to agree they are.
Okay, I'll roll a persuasion. Which is, where are we? Cool. 17.
Yeah, you can get a +1 on your main roll.
Yeah,
So it's up to 23.
it's like streetwise. We know exactly what to dig at to get people going.
I actually don't have streetwise.
Where? It's rule book, isn't it?
I got human perception, which I believe is a perception to do with humans specifically. Like, it's a reading people role, isn't it?
Yes, but you're trying to motivate them, not necessarily read them.
Local expert would give you
I got local
what to
expert.
sort of play on.
Everyone has an amount of local knowledge. There it is.
And there's concentration.
Alright, you got 23, was it?
Yeah.
Yes,
There we go.
crowd seem pretty agitated. And, like, some of them at the back notice that suddenly there's extra Militech guys there. They're like, they're trying to shut down the message! And some of the people at the back turn around and go, hey, don't commit your hate crimes around here! What's that guy's like? No, we're cool! Hate crime! They're not really in any danger, but they are being slowed way down.
That's the point. Like, I don't want there to be an actual brawl. I just want there to be like a little scuffle, a little.
There's lots of pushing and
yes,
shoving.
that's what I want.
So you're upstairs.
You just got to the door, so I unlock it. You'd have to. I guess you'd actually have to.
No, I was going to tell you.
You will see on the monitors. It's just like unauthorized access detected.
On the
Beside the windows, there's the.
Yeah, but is it unauthorized detected in the cyber area or just in?
It appears to be unlocalized. It doesn't say, but it does say on the other screen. It's like deploying guard squad to investigate.
Right, we need to get out of here fast. Open the door and we'll go. Oh,
If we've been made and they know that we're here, I might have to do something about the footage.
that would be a good idea.
Time to quickly reference virus. It's really just say what you want, they give you the DC, and then you roll it. using interface. Easy. I want to make a virus, or leave behind a virus that just like scrambles together all the footage from the cameras and kind of really coozes it up.
Ah, that sounds easy enough. I thought you were going to do a complicated thing where you like got a face recognition thing that found you people and then just edited you out. But that would be hard. This is easy. 14.
14. Make an interface check. 7. I will spend some luck to get 14.
There is also a thing you can do. By the way, I'll mention this now. I don't think you want to do it now. You can say you want to take extra time, where you take 4 times longer, but you get it really easy.
Yeah, I probably won't want to do that now. I'm just wondering if I have a complementary skill. Nope. So yeah, I'll have to spend 6 luck points.
You rolled that badly.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
2 plus interface.
Yeah, which is 7, and you don't get a stat on interface. It's just based off your deck.
You know, they did that to actually make you more versatile as a netrunner. Because the actual difficulties for netrunning things are generally lower.
Cool. I leave that virus.
Did you also want to run a cloak?
I think I already had.
You have to roll another one because you've done another thing.
Because we're in a... yep. Then I
you got to
roll
click
a cloak.
each like major activity basically.
Because it hides your what you have done, not what you will do. Oh, that was a 1, wasn't it?
Oh, and then I rolled an 8 afterwards. Oh. So I still get the 1 from my fail, right? Mm-hmm. And so I 0.
You know you haven't done that. You have to toss up between taking another... I would also like to point out that a round is 3 seconds.
Okay, so 4 times longer is just 12 seconds.
That's a combat round, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know when you get into the combat that is coming very quickly.
Does this hub link to, like, the door we fixed, for instance?
Yeah, it controls all of the door security.
And the other door into the VIP room. Mm-hmm. So I will lock both of those. We'll slow them down for a little bit, and then I'll have another go at cloaking.
Okay.
This time I want to take extra time. What is the bonus you get from such a thing?
I'll drop it to a 10.
To a 10? Come on, don't roll a 1. Yes! 13, so yeah.
You're getting impatient.
Mom.
I'm jacking up. After I permanently just turn off the alarm doorway so it doesn't turn back on.
Okay. Before you jack out, you think you see someone watching you out the corner of your eye. There's no one there.
Did I not see them specifically enough to think like if they?
It was just like a bluish blur.
Okay, a bluish blur. Must be losing it. I'll jack out. I'll meet you back in the
I was
hallway.
hoping you wouldn't jack out and you'd just walk away.
Get attacked
Because you
by the
also
alarm,
jack
yeah.
out when you walk away.
Yeah, but
But you suffer a penalty.
yeah,
because it just disconnects from the lack of.
and the hellhound that was in there would get another attempt at me and stuff.
Ready?
Of course.
The door's open, 2 more Militech guys have come out to help deal with the crowd. They seem to be more interested in like pushing a perimeter back, and some people are starting to yell, "What secrets are behind those doors? What are you feeding us in our food? Why didn't you fix the drink machine sooner?" Roger's right! Down with Militech!
Damn it.
I told you.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
The agent comes out and is like, get the fuck off the stage. Get the fuck off. What the fuck are you doing? I hired you for a simple job, Roger.
Come on, it was just
You
a song.
caused this!
No, it was just a song. It's not
Look,
my fault when people get rolled up.
Take your eddies and get the fuck out.
Fair enough, thanks.
Honestly.
How many idiots did I get?
1,000.
Nice.
This hallway that we're in.
This is shut up money. This is and don't come back here until you've sobered up. Thought you'd know better.
You know I'm on the mend. I am. I'm beating. I'm kicking there.
Get
But
the fuck out.
yeah, okay. See you next time.
Some guy's like, that was boss, man. You gotta information contact sent to your thing. You gotta call me when you do another gig, dude. Playing with you is awesome.
What was his name?
Octodrummer.
Oh, he's actually
He made it in.
That's his handle.
You made it in.
You're writing down a drummer's name.
Yeah, I know. He hangs out with the band.
But this one's off.
He just lost his band, so Roger and the Solos, they both died.
Now he's the solo.
I've already made that joke like 8 times in different ways.
This hallway that we're in, apart from the security door, I think it was 4 off
Toilets.
and the toilets and the VIP
There's also
door.
the stairwell down to the loading bay.
Okay. I think loading bay.
And there's a guy coming out of the toilets, stumbling around, bumping into a wall. He's like quite well dressed, but not terribly well dressed. Like he thinks he's like slumming it VIP dress, where he's wearing like street kind of clothes, but they're all conspicuously super clean.
We're allowed to be in this corridor. 'Cause that's where the toilets are. That's through, like, remember the door? I fixed the door so we could get in, because we didn't have to go downstairs to the toilets.
So toilets then, because they'll have to come past
Well, we just
and
leave.
we leave. Well, I suppose because we could also hide in the VIP or just get out while they're distracted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You're overcomplicating things!
I'm a net runner. It's my job.
Netrunners in the time of the Red are like slightly more wired up and crazy because they have to. Cause they can't. They're like I have to get into the middle of things now, so they do tend to do this.
Let's go grab a drink.
Fine. We'll go with your plan. I'll follow.
So
Right.
we go to the bar.
A Militech guy appears in the corridor, coming up from that stairwell. He spots you three, and he like raises up his gun. He's like, "Okay, everybody, has anyone seen a Netrunner?"
A what? What do you
Hang
mean?
on a minute.
Sorry.
His eyes flicker blue as he like looks at both of you. He's like, "Oh, look, your act's been told to leave, so you'll need to get out. Have you seen a Netrunner?"
No, I've only seen this gentleman. Oh, and of course, my +1.
Of course.
Do you need me to roll it?
Yes.
You'd already pretty much given the success to me. And then I said a thing. And then I rolled so badly. Oh no, and it's
I don't know what happens when you roll a critical 10 on a roll after a 1. Does it erase it? I think it erases it.
This might still work, actually. So I get a -3.
Wouldn't it take 10 off of it? Wouldn't that be the worst thing to roll after a...
Yeah.
No, because it's also a crit. So I'm thinking like,
19.
I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out.
12 minus
Because that'll
3.
happen.
So I get a 9 on, I assume, persuasion.
Oh no. No, you're rolling a thing I didn't want to roll, which is
Oh.
the guard's reaction.
Oh, cool. In that case, I rolled a 1 and then a 3.
He charges into the drunk guy who was getting in your way, knocks him down to the ground, stamps on his knee, puts the gun behind his ear. He's like, "Get motherfucker! Got you cold! Don't use it!" The guy's like, "I didn't even do it!" They're struggling and like, "You can't do this to me! Do you know who I am?"
Oh, I'll just put my arm out. Come along, dear.
Well, I guess it's
I'd
normal.
love if he was actually a criminal there to do something else. He hadn't even got round to it yet, and he's being arrested for
love
what
he
you
was the
guys
boss.
did.
Where are you going?
The boss!
Back through the VIP room.
The girl there's like, "Oh, there you are. Look, someone's breached security, so you're going to have to wait here under these armed guards."
The guard in there told me we were to leave. He is arresting someone now.
Well, then you better do as you're told then. Bye. Oh, my boss also said that if you want a job, come back in the daytime. For fixing things.
See what I can do.
From the corridor you hear like,
Someone resisted arrest.
someone was looking for an excuse to pull a trigger.